This is Boxing Tickets NI. We are here at the SSE Arena. Today we join once again. It's becoming a regular occurrence, Matty. We're delighted to be joined with Matty Boreland. I guess obviously first off, obviously we're at the SSE Arena. Like you're no longer just a fan of the sport now. You've actually boxed at this arena. Like you've special memories of this place. Obviously, I think your first fight was Ryan Burnett's world title fight here. You can now, like every time you walk past here and nobody mentions it, you can say I fought there.
I fought there, yeah, that's it. It's a wee bit of a different feeling now walking past it than it was 2 months ago.
Do you feel like it's sort of, it's nearly like, you know, people see their name in lights sort of thing? I know you're not at the stage yet of headlining cards, but like you walk past and you've sort of like a different feeling now. You're sort of like a macho man walking with carpets, sort of. Do you sort of have that feeling? It's sort of like I boxed there. Does it give you good vibes?
Oh, it's completely different than what it was whenever I was younger. So hopefully it's the beginning of it all, you know, and there's many more to come and a lot more memories to be made up here as well.
Since we last spoke, obviously, it wasn't that long ago. Even like, you know, it's crazy to think it. Like you're not even particularly a pro for 2 months, and you're 3-0 already. Like. Mm-hmm. You've sort of ripped up the script in terms of boxing. Like people sort of have setbacks and cancellations of fights. Like you've three fights in 8 or 9 weeks. Like what a dream start.
You couldn't ask for much more, to be honest. See, a lot of people they have a fight and then they take a bit of time off and then they have another fight, a bit of time off. But I don't really see the point in getting into all this shape. They go then and lose your fitness and go out and put a pile of weight on and then just have to do it all over again. Why not just stay in the gym and stay ready? And look at happened the last time the opportunities presented themselves, and it's paying off, really, isn't it?
It's sort of, it's a wee bit like amateur boxing, sort of in the way where you can sort of get a fight sort of once a month. And you know, I know similar to you, obviously John Boyd sort of wrecking through the fights here as well. Like I guess the good thing is that when you stay ready and you stay in shape and you want to fight, their opportunities are there.
That's it. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready as well. Do you know what I mean? And that's, can you imagine? Like I said the last time, you get the phone call, they say fighting the SSE, and you say I can't. I'm 6 kilo overweight. Do you know what I mean? So always stay kind of on weight as well, and always eating healthy and stuff like that. We just had a wee week off there now, and we trip away, and I filled my batteries, I recharged, and I'm ready to go again.
You and the brother Chrissy in Poland with shotguns, like I'm sure the Polish people are glad to see the back of you.
They're glad to see you back, that's all right. A brilliant wee hang, but a brilliant wee trip away, pile of food at it, and my feet are walked off me. I'll probably come later, to be honest, 30,000 steps a day.
Obviously the relationship's building obviously with Coleraine Football Club as well. Obviously before your fight last weekend in Newcastle, they give you a new home shirt.
Yeah.
It's a really good sort of collaboration you're sort of having with the club. Like boyhood fan of the club, you know, obviously having the club behind you. Is that probably one of the proudest moments you sort of had so far, is the fact that your local club are getting behind you?
Yeah, that's it. Something from going down and watching them when I was younger and seeing all the players, they standing beside them all, getting presented a football top in the middle of the pitch. It was surreal, as you say, and it's really, I'm really grateful for the opportunity, you know, they're giving me, and it's given me more of a backing as well. And hopefully now for my next fight there'll be a lot more of the bandsiders coming up to watch me as well, and it's a good wee night out for all them as well.
Like from you obviously being a fan and sort of hear kind of your autograph, not so much an autograph because obviously it's Irish League football, but asking for photographs and things like that, like the players are probably coming to you now and going, Matty, can I have your autograph? Matty, can I have a picture with you? Like it's roles reversed for you.
Role reversed, yeah, exactly. That's it. Lyndon, the captain, he lives down the bottom of the road from me as well, so that's what Chrissy Coleman, he says must be something in the water up in Lokestown or something. So but that's mad. So as you're standing there, you're getting photos with him, the whole team's backing you, and I'm really grateful for it.
There's a reason obviously I have you here today. 9 weeks time, Conlan Boxing Live. I sort of reported something, and it's true because it's we're only a couple of days out from it happening now. But Conlan Boxing are back here at the SSE Arena in 9 weeks' time. I'm sure you're going to be putting your name forward for that card.
Oh, 100%, definitely. And as you say, with 9 weeks' notice now, you know, can you imagine the amount of Coleraine boys will be up here supporting as well? You know, the last time it was only a day, 2 days, and there was over 100 people up from Coleraine watching. So, you know, if 9 weeks' notice, 9 weeks' notice, we'll have half the town up as well. Do you know what I mean?
And like, you know, has it been sort of talked to you yet, obviously, about being on the card? Like, is there any sort of negotiation sort of that way? I don't want to get you in any trouble or anything, but is there any negotiation of you being on the card?
Well, I've actually been offered a fight. We've been offered to fight Gerard, so I have for the Celtic title. That's Gerard Hughes.
Gerard Hughes?
Yeah.
So that fight's been offered to you?
It's been offered to me. I got offered to me when I was away there, and I took it in a heartbeat. It says no bother, just let me know when. They says it was for a Celtic title, 8 rounds, and I'm more than up for it. So the ball's really in his court. I haven't heard anything back, you know, about him. So whether or not he wants it or not, I don't know. But you know me, I'm all for it. Like, so
There we are. So there was me sort of mentioning last week, you've done your first 6 rounds, you're now title eligible. And obviously I don't know whether it's words, it's in the work. Sometimes people go, he's now ready for a title. Obviously Conlan Boxing, know you can sell tickets and everything else like that. On North Coast Derby with Gerard Hughes for the Celtic title, and you say you've accepted. Is there anything come back in terms of Gerard's side?
Haven't heard anything back from him. I don't think he'll take it, to be honest, but it could surprise me and take it, I don't know, but the ball is completely in his court. I've accepted it. I took it within 5 minutes. Ian rang me and says, would you take it? And I says, no bother, I'll run it through with Mickey just to make sure. And I rang back 2 minutes later and says, right, 100%, give me that fight. Take it in a heartbeat.
I can see obviously the smiles and the emotion you sort of have with that. Like, these are the sort of moments you sort of want to be tested with. Not that you want to discredit journeymen, but they're not in your level.
No, that's
obviously you've bigger fish to fry. You want to be having these domestic fights. Like, it's crazy to think you made your debut in June. You now potentially obviously fighting for your first title at the 1st of November.
That's it.
What an even bigger start.
You couldn't even picture it at the start, you know, do you know what I mean? But that's what it says. It was far too good an opportunity to say no, you know, a Celtic title. Something people, you know, especially in Coleraine, something nobody's ever achieved, you know what I mean? And that's why I would never say no. And this, to be honest, it's just the fights I need to be taking. As you said, no time for fighting journeyman after journeyman. I want big fights and I want titles, and I want this fight, that's what I want, do you know what I mean?
Like, I can see that sort of, like, create a history and obviously being the first Korean fighter to fight at home. Now you do obviously to make more history. Everything you're sort of doing now is creating history and putting Korean more on the map, which you said previously. I'm going to put Korean on the map.
That's
like, do you think it by the end of 2024, you know, you could be 4 or 5-0 with a Celtic title around your waist? Like, what a start.
Well, you couldn't picture it. You couldn't picture it at the start. You know, a lot of people there, whenever I turned pro, they were saying all this and this and this, and I'm just going to keep proving them wrong, and that's what I expect to do in 9 weeks' time as well.
Is there any sort of, you know, do you know Gerard? Obviously, if you watch much of his fights, like, is there any beef or anything between the two? Like, if he's come across each other, if he's sparred, anything like that?
Oh, he was one of the ones whenever I turned pro, he was sitting saying screenshots of me turning pro, laughing at it. So surely if it's that funny, then take a fight, you know what I mean?
So he's been slating you.
He's been slating me, so take the fight then if it's that funny, do you know what I mean?
So if that's obviously why you've sort of taken the fight probably so quick, and it's been offered, because he's been saying things obviously about you turning pro. Like, was he saying bad things? What was he?
I was just laughing about it and saying that people, not say who he was saying it to, you know, to sink the person, you know, but the person showed me it. It was actually recently enough there, so it's worked out in good time. But you know, it's a battle of the North Coast too, and I'm going to be the one that wins that fight if it happens.
Like a North Coast derby as well. Like, you couldn't sell any better, I guess. The only thing that your brother Chrissy obviously put up the other day, obviously about fighting for a title in Korean Showgrounds for next year. Obviously it's clear now you're going to be fighting for a title in the SSE arena, so you can be up the card as well. The potential to be on potentially live on the zone like that. I know the last time obviously your fight wasn't shown on TV. They now been on the zone, like.
You couldn't picture it. It's
like
madness. It is like a dream, so it is. And you know, by fighting on the zone and fighting for these titles, it opens more doors, and it gives more of that opportunity of fighting in the Korean Showgrounds. And you know, go here in November and win this fight and win this title, and then who knows what's next. You could be looking at like the likes of an Irish title in the Korean Showgrounds at some stage next year, and that's what I want to do, and it's something I believe I am going to make happen. I'm
not sure obviously of the logistics around it. Obviously I know they tried to do a show in Derry a couple of years ago, and I think neonatal, it had to do with the head.
The brain doctor or something like that, I guess.
They were having to look at air ambulance and stuff at that stage. Korean's a bit closer to Belfast. I think the only one that's here is the Royal. But obviously I'm sure, you know, there'll be people who'll be able to ask these questions, you know, like if they're saying you're selling tickets, you know, maybe potentially Conlan Boxing, you know, you could end up mostly getting signed, winning a title.
Yeah.
You don't know what the future is to hold, and I guess you're ticking all the boxes in the right way. Everybody's supporting you, getting the views and everything that you do. Like, it's the stuff of dreams.
That's it, and I have to be grateful for everybody that is buying the tickets, and thanks to all my sponsors as well, because without them I'd just be a boy in Coleraine with nothing really. You know, people don't see that part of it. You know, it's a lot of money going over to Newcastle there twice for fights, and you know, you're not making any money. You know, you're just doing it to put your name on the map, and that's what I'm going to keep doing, and I'll never say no to a fight, and I'm always up for it, you know, and I sell tickets, which is a big thing people look for as well.
And we sort of said, obviously, after the last time, you know, get me on the show again, they'll do 300 or 400 tickets. Like, if you're going to be fighting for a title on this card, like, you know, you're probably going to have to say, what's my limit, sort of, you know, how many tickets can I actually have?
A whole Coleraine will be up 100%, and Friday night too as well. People come here on a Friday and then go to a Coleraine match on a Saturday as well. And hopefully, all being well, I'll get get this fight on the Friday night, and we'll be walking out to the showgrounds the following day with a Celtic title.
You're dreaming of it already. Like, what do you think's maybe potentially stopping? You know, obviously, if you haven't heard anything back from Gerard so far, I know obviously in the lead up to his rematch with Rudy Farrell, there was a medical issue that still needs to be resolved. What do you think's holding it up? Like, there's nothing come back yet. They say he's taking the fight.
No, I haven't heard anything since. I don't know. Maybe just if he doesn't want that, I don't know. But you know, don't want him to waste my time and saying that he's going to, and if he's not, you know, we're here to fight, and you can't be turning around saying I'm not going to fight him. I'm not going to fight him. We're here to fight. It's a title on the line. Like, you know, it's far too good an opportunity for either of us to say no. So, I hope he goes along with it, you know, and accepts the fight. Anything
you want to say to him down the camera, obviously, you know, in terms of, you know, they see obviously a response. Like, is there anything you want to say to Gerard? You know, to find out what's happening with this fight.
Sign the contract.
But like, obviously, I got away from boxing. Obviously, your other love, obviously, in life is Coleraine. It's sort of been a slow start in terms of, you know, a couple of draws and a win.
Yeah,
sort
it's just rebuilding that too as well. You know, they've all them new players and stuff like that too. So, okay, could maybe take another 5 or 6 matches. I could take this year as well. Do you know what I mean? But it's just rebuilding really now. Coleraine, first year's full-time football team as well, and in the long run, I think it'll pay off.
And obviously, Lauren at home now on Sunday, who obviously just qualified for the group stages of the Conference League. This is probably a big scope for Coleraine on Sunday if obviously they get the 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. It's time to put a statement out, really, isn't it, for Coleraine as well? So I'll be at the match on Sunday as well. So I'm looking forward to it. So I'm definitely, and hopefully I have 3 points.
Definitely 3 points would be nice. Finally, obviously to everybody that's obviously giving you support so far. It's making your dreams come true. Obviously, I'm sure you probably want to pass on your thanks to Conlan Boxing as well. It's going to give you another opportunity, obviously, on 1st of November. But obviously, to everybody in Coleraine that's giving you this support, obviously, it's what's probably making everything so good for you so far.
Yeah, no, a big, massive thanks to the Conlans for the opportunities, because someone like me from Coleraine, you never imagine you get this opportunity, you know. And obviously, a big thank you to everybody that's buying the tickets and sponsors and everybody that's backing me. I really do appreciate it.
And obviously they can get their money ready now, because obviously you're going to be on this card on the 1st of November, regardless whether it's Gerard Hughes or not. You're going to be on the card, so obviously look out for your fight being announced officially.
Yeah.
And obviously everybody can get in contact with you on social media for tickets.
Yeah, 100%. Give me a shout for tickets, and we'll get Coleraine back on tour up in Belfast. Definitely. And the bandsiders will be back.
Bandsiders on tour.
Up at Coleraine.
Matty, thanks very much for your time as always, and I'll catch up with you very soon.
100%, Stephen. Thanks very much.